3 Academy Awards, 2 BAFTA Awards, membership of the International Boxing Hall of Fame, writer and star of Rocky, who dominated the screen in Rambo and The Expendables. Meet Sylvester Stallone, the definition of a Hollywood legend. Also, Adrian! Yep, his Hollywood achievements are insane, but let's talk about what's even crazier. Even at the ripe old age of 75, this guy is still punching, lifting, and rocking the box office like he was doing it in 1985. And it's left everybody wondering, how is this guy, born with partial facial paralysis, still outworking men half his age? Is it his diet, his training routine, or just his mindset? Well, stay with me today because we're going to start breaking it down. This guy was bullied and labeled dumb because of his speech and asymmetrical face, turned to weightlifting in high school to toughen his spirit. The message here was clear. His resilience was forged early in pain, rejection, and pure grit. His body would eventually become a temple, and his diet and workout regimes became the construction materials. See, that's how you were able to see Stallone in Rocky 3. Veins popping, abs razor sharp, and minimum body fat. Aside from the grit and determination, an extreme diet also played a key role in getting him a shredded physique. It was so extreme that fitness influencers couldn't help but ask, "Hey man, you okay over there?" Back in the early 80s, Stallone took the dieting technique of cutting to an entirely new level. When he was prepping for Rocky 3, he reportedly lived off tuna, oatmeal cookies, and up to 25 cups of coffee a day. Yeah, 25 cups to give his body a caffeine-induced hallucination. Can you just imagine how crazy that would be? So, in a quest to attain the leanest possible body, his energy levels dropped so low that sometimes he had to do handstands to force blood into his head just to stay conscious. That diet sounds pretty crazy, right? Well, it did help him attain his physical goals, right? But on the mental and emotional side, the guy had to pay the price. Because of losing his actual stamina, he learned his lesson. Shredded doesn't always equal health. And so, as it does, with age came wisdom, as Stallone learned that adaptation is the key to survival. So, instead of torturing himself with starvation to get leaner and defined, he started focusing on sustainability. So, hydration became his priority, and he chewed sugar tree gum to manage his appetite. Now, beside that, he got into another wild thing that you could only expect from somebody like Sylvester Stallone. Kind of like 25 cups of coffee, this time he would eat a banana with the peel on for fiber. So for him, taste always comes second place. His ambition for his physique is his top priority. After recognizing the power of hydration, higher fiber intake, and proper nutrition through protein and high-quality fats, he got on another mission. This time to look good and feel strong, sharp, and, sane. That's the journey he's still on well into his 70s. So if you're wondering what he eats to keep looking like a tank well into his 70s, then we're gonna break it down based on his Rocky Balboa and Rambo 4 era routines. Okay, so his pre-breakfast combined liquid amino acids that are like straight up protein fuel to jumpstart muscle repair after a good night's rest. Then he's got a plate of egg whites. I'm talking pure protein. We're also gonna throw in some Irish oats for carbs to get energy, and tropical fruits like papaya and figs to kick off inflammation. That also helps with his sweet tooth and hunger too. For lunch, he relies on lean organic chicken breast as his primary protein source, along with roasted squash and some antioxidant-loaded colorful berries. Honestly, his lunch plate almost looks like a farmer's stall. Finally comes dinner time, where he opts for a diverse protein source by filling his plate with grilled fish, fresh salad, and toasted bread. Yeah, he doesn't really subscribe to the whole carbs or the enemy thing, but he does make sure he has them in moderation. Okay, here's a kicker. He actually cares about his taste needs, so he does allow himself one cheat day a week. Now that's when he loads up on his favorite junk food, like pizza. So he's well aware of one important thing. As he's getting older, he needs more rest and maybe a little bit of extra help. Now, that's why he's been one to appreciate the power of growth hormones, and he hasn't shied away from confirming the use of HGH after the whole 2007 controversy. But here's the thing, he was hitting his 70s when he dropped about 40 pounds. This guy has cracked the code for health. No over-reliance or overstimulation on stimulants, no HGH anymore at all, but good discipline, a strong sleep cycle, lots of hydration, and mental focus. It still makes him unstoppable, Mr. Sylvester Stallone, who's always showing up day after day, decade after decade. Bottom line, his evolution from extreme to sustainable shows that greatness isn't about suffering, it's about adapting from diet to workouts. You look at him and you see an iconic physique, but behind his cinematic muscles lies a truly brutal training regime that most mortals can't even touch in their dreams. Now, if you think the transformation comes overnight, you are dead wrong. Every Rocky film served as a staircase in Stallone's bodybuilding journey. In the original Rocky, he was lean but not as shredded. By Rocky 3, well, to put it in his own words, I wanted to look like Tarzan, sleek, tight, almost cat-like. So he trained accordingly. Fewer heavy lifts, more high-rep supersets, and cardio until he practically evaporated body fat. And finally, he dropped down to 2.9% body fat during filming. The guy looked great on screen. But in reality, this fat percentage was just the bottom line, dangerously low. Put into a simple scenario, that's when your body might actually start eating itself, low and slow. Moving into Rocky IV, he got somebody to keep him motivated to peak levels of fitness. Say hello to Franco Columbus, two-time Mr. Olympia, best friend of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and part-time destroyer of, human weakness. Together, they train twice a day, 6 days a week. Yeah, we're talking 12 grueling training sessions, all brutal and full of sweats, grunts, and gains. Columbus once joked that he charged Stallone heavily because he trained like he was going to compete on stage. And there you've got him. His physique in Rocky IV didn't just turn heads, it set a new Hollywood standard, and it's also an embodiment of his mindset. It ain't about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. And this dude took a ton of hits in his training regime. And here's the thing, apart from Rocky IV, the grind really didn't stop in the 80s. In fact, the 75-year-old dude is still hitting the gym like it's the Expendables 4 shoot. Every day he performs brutal old days training splits with some modern day twists. His Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are dedicated to his chest, back, arms, shoulders, and abs. While Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays are scheduled for targeting legs, calves, delts, traps, and abs. Again, because apparently every day is ab day in his world. I mean, you could probably shred meat on those things. Can you just imagine this guy grinding out incline bench presses, torching his back with bent over flies, and going deep into squats like his life depends on it? He makes his hamstrings scream with stiff leg deadlifts. And let's be honest, most of us, we skip leg day. Stallone, he basically invented a leg week. Then for his abs, he loves to decline bench crunches, cable crunches, and a full-on assault on his obliques. His entire effort doesn't just target looks alone. Instead, he trains for beastly performance. For storytelling, every muscle movement, every flex, every punch, every grimace is a part of the character, and it's all a part of his legacy. So, what does his fitness routine unpack for you? Whether you're chasing your first push-up or your 50th rep, get moving. Start climbing your own steps, Philly style. Inspired by his journey? Ready to bring your own inner fighter out? Well, don't forget that Eye of the Tiger goes with just about every exercise routine on the planet.